Look at what came in the mail. I'm actually surprised it's a box. A lot of these luxury credit cards for some reason recently have been coming in envelopes. So, pretty nice surprise. So as you know, we got approved for the Chase Sapphire Reserve on Wednesday, and today is Friday, so it only took about 2 days. But let's go ahead and see what's inside. Welcome to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Your key to more. WLC 6025. Sapphire Reserve, congratulations, you're right where you belong. This card is key to unlocking the extraordinary. We make it bolder and better to enhance every aspect of your journey. You create your best life, we'll help you make the most of it. Welcome to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Sam Palmer, General Manager of Chase Sapphire. It's really thick too. Premium grade paper right here. Also kind of has like a soft touch to it, but not super soft. It still feels pretty cardboardy, but a little bit nice. It's probably just the ink though. This is also a thick cardboard. Pretty nice. You hear that? That's premium. This is only the beginning. And then there's a QR code. I guess chase.com/CSR welcome. It's also interesting that they also abbreviate their credit cards to be CSR. Your key to more. Aspire itineraries. Your card unlocks the reserve travel, which includes a $300 travel credit and $500 stay with the edit. Our hand-picked collection of hotels and resorts. Plus earn 8x on Chase Travel and 4x on flights and hotels booked direct. Number 2, designed to delight. Escape the crowds and settle into a more elevated comfort with access to Chase Sapphire Lounge by the club, including our award-winning lounges in LaGuardia and Boston. Plus, your Priority Pass Select membership allows you to access over 1,300 airport lounges worldwide. And then expands like that. Then number 3, Dine Redefined. Enjoy private events with world-renowned chefs, exclusive access to premier tables, a $300 dining credit at our curated collection of restaurants, and earn 3x points on dining worldwide. Number 4, Closer to Culture. Your ticket to the unforgettable moments, from exclusive events and intimate concerts to pre-sales and premium lounge. Your card gets you closer to the action. Embrace the extraordinary, and then that's it. Also printed on pretty nice paper. Then we just got a regular cardboard box, which also says, don't forget, I'm recyclable. And that's it for all the packaging. And the box opens like this. No magnets, no nothing, just a regular box. But it's nicely crafted. Then here's the card itself. They have a little paper, says your card is ready to use. And the little sleeve that the card is in is also very nice. Check out how it looks like in the light. At first when I saw this card design, I thought this was not actually part of the card. I thought maybe it was like promotional lighting, and it kind of looks like studio lights, like you see my studio lights doing right here, kind of like that. In this corner up here, there's like a little golden spot. When you first see it in person, it's not that noticeable. It's only when you kind of reflect it against the light that you can see it. Without the light, it just kind of looks like a white spot, and then it grades into the darker blue. It's a little bit lighter blue here, and then it's darker. The rest of the design, it honestly, when I first saw it and when I'm seeing it now, it kind of reminds me of a leather, something that's leather. And the texture of this card, because of all this design, you can feel it, but I guess because there's so much of it, you don't really notice it unless you're like rubbing your hand like against it. However, the Chase logo and the Sapphire Reserve, you can definitely feel that. It's like really kind of divoted for the Chase logo in here. The Sapphire Reserve, you can't feel it that much, but you can feel a little bit. Comparing it to the old Chase Sapphire Reserve, I kind of like the new one. It doesn't have that giant Visa logo. It doesn't have your name to distract from the design. That nice like light design is also kind of similar on this side, but you know, some people like this because it looks more elegant, more nicer. So I got the scale here. This new Chase Sapphire Reserve weighs 18 grams versus the old one weighs 12 grams. So the new one's a lot more heavier. On the back, it's also very minimalistic. It's kind of interesting too. So most credit cards, you got your magnetic strip and then you have like a little border around here, but this whole back is completely magnetic strip on the top. There's no gap, no borders. Your name is going to be on the top back here, and then your credit card numbers, and then your expiration date and your CVV code right here. On the side, we have your NFC logo, chase.com, just kind of plain chase.com, so that was interesting. The US customer support line and the international line. And then on the bottom corner here, it says Visa Infinite. But yeah, that's the new Chase Sapphire Reserve. So let's head to the website now and see what that looks like. So this is what the page looks like when you click into the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Nothing's too much different, you know, everything's basically the same as your other Chase credit cards. And if you aren't aware, when you open a new Chase card, there won't be any Chase offers that are available. It usually comes after a few days or even weeks of spending. So if this is your first Chase credit card, definitely don't worry about that. So let's go a little bit further and let's click this more, card benefits. And this is all the benefits that are listed with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So you can sort it by travel, dining, rewards, shopping, protections, and services, or you can just see everything all at once. 8x points on Chase Travel, 4x on flights and hotels booked directly, 10 times on Peloton, 5 times on Lyft, 3 times on dining, and 1 times on everything else. Here's all the credits that the Chase Sapphire Reserve offers. So we got the annual travel credit, $300 easy, $300 on annual dining credit. That's split up to 150 chunks. Global entry TSA PreCheck or Nexus. And Nexus is actually really interesting. I believe Chase is the only one that will cover your Nexus credit. And the only real benefit of Nexus compared to global entry is Nexus you can go into Canada a lot faster, but global entry you can't go into Canada faster. However, you do have global entry and you're coming back into the United States. You can use the Nexus global entry line to go back into the United States. And it's a lot faster of a line. They don't really ask you that many questions. Pretty simple. $10 per month Peloton membership, which is, you know, kind of just trash for me. The $500 edit credit. Here's the StubHub credit. And the DoorDash credit is kind of trash. This is what it looks like. It says it's $25, but it's only really $5 off for like what you think of DoorDash. And it's $10 off for like other things like grocery, retail, the things that they tend to upprice the most. I'm probably definitely not going to be using that benefit, honestly. And then the Lyft credit, just a $10 easy per month. If you don't use Lyft, of course, it's going to be a waste. Oh, that's interesting. So a lot of these credits you do have to activate beforehand. So make sure when you get the Chase Sapphire Reserve, don't book anything, don't do anything. Make sure everything is active so you can get the credit back. And of course, this is what the tracker looks like when you spend $75,000 in the year on the Chase Sapphire Reserve. The membership perks, Apple Music, they estimate a $132 value. And you have to activate it with Chase. It's not a statement credit back, which is really disappointing. I was really hoping that it wasn't going to be like this. So personally, for financial sense, I'm not going to be taking advantage of this. DoorDash membership, Apple TV subscription, and same thing with Apple Music. Doesn't make mathematical sense for me in my situation with my family Apple One plan. And then the Chase Sapphire Reserve Lounge Network that's already been activated. And I thought this was interesting too. For when you apply for the Chase Sapphire Reserve, it automatically signs you up for the Priority Pass. You don't have to sign up again or do a double sign up and wait for that card. You already signed up. You unlock IHG Diamond status, the Southwest credit, A-list status, and shops at Chase. Only $250, so you can barely buy almost nothing on the shops. A lot of it's not too bad. Like, you know, if you're wanting a Dyson product, it's not terrible. Here's what it looks like. Grand opening, 15% off. Dyson, Therabody, Cowpacks, Soul Stove. You know, if you're buying the stuff anyway, why not? You can use your points too. This one is freaking crazy. $1,650 for a speaker. But I have heard that this is actually worth its price. So here's the other benefits that they list out: one-to-one transfer, so we already know about that. The IG Platinum Elite status, which we'll have to activate. And all you need to do to activate it, seems like, is put your last name and your IG rewards number. Reserve Travel Designer, which I'm very excited to test. And this personalized service is valued up to $300 per trip. All right, we'll see. They have a dedicated line too. Available from only Monday to Friday. So Saturday, Sunday, you're out of luck. Travel planning desk is closed on major US holidays. All right, good to know. Special car rental privileges. So you get National, Avis, and Hertz status. Oh, it's just like a Visa Infinite benefit. Okay, so 25%. It's not terrible. Enjoy Emerald Club Executive Membership. So not too bad. On Avis, it's 30% off, and you get a Avis Preferred Plus status and a complimentary 2-day weekend rental. For Hertz, doesn't work. I don't know what it is. The Reserve Suites at LaGuardia. What the heck is this? Chase Sapphire Reserve and JP Morgan Reserve card members, authorized users, can relax and indulge privately in before their flight in a reserve suite by Sapphire Lounge by the club at LaGuardia Airport Terminal B. Exclusive menu from Jeffrey's Groceries and wine list from Parcel, and access to a private spa-grade bathroom with showers, all amenities and spaces in the Sapphire Lounge, plus a dedicated host for your stay. To book a reserve suite, call this number. So one suite can hold up to 8 people, suite 2 can hold up to 8 people, and suite 3 can hold up to only 4 people. Huh. Well, I'm gonna have to try that. I didn't know that was there. Exclusive access to experiences, just priority access. No foreign transaction fees, Chase Sapphire exclusive tables on Open Table. So this is where you're gonna have to use the dining benefit, the edit by Chase. And we went over this in the live stream, so if you wanna check it out and see all the pricings compared to all the different portals, definitely check out that video. And of course, because this is a Visa Infinite card, you also get access to the Visa Infinite service. Personally, not my favorite. And this is all the insurances that you get with a premium credit card. So auto rental coverage, emergency evacuation and transportation, extended warranty, purchase protection, roadside assistance, travel emergency assistance, trip delay reimbursement, baggage delay insurance, emergency medical and dental, lost luggage reimbursement, return protection, travel accident insurance, trip cancellation, and that was the benefits page. So this is what the edit portal looks like. So it's basically the same as the Chase travel portal, just regular. But if you're logged into your Chase Sapphire Reserve, it'll say get up to $800 annual credits and statement credit eligible for travel. See credit details, and this is what pops up. And here's a post that talks about point boosts, and this is why you would want to book an edit hotel. So daily breakfast for $200 property credit, a welcome amenity, so that's interesting to test out. Early check-in, late checkout, room upgrade if it's available, and Wi-Fi. And some of the feature properties that they have. Take advantage of the travel credit, 8x, one-of-a-kind stay. So let's say you want to type in, for example, one of the cities that has the edit, Atlanta. Going for Saturday to Sunday, 2 people, search. And which properties that are eligible for the edit will have a edit in the top left corner. Here's the price, and this on the bottom here is the points boost. And you can also toggle which hotels have only the point boost. Yeah, so this one's a pretty cheap property. So yeah, that's the edit portal. And we'll also take a little bit closer look into those Sapphire tables. See what's special about them. So here are all the options that are in the Sapphire collection, I believe. No, okay, so this is the Visa Dining Collection. So because the Chase Sapphire Reserve is a Visa Infinite card, you'll have access to all these bookings as well. But you want to use that dining credit. Maybe I'm wrong. I definitely need to test it out. Definitely make sure you're subscribed, and I'll have that video out soon. But you see here, it says specifically Sapphire Reserve. So I bet it's these tables that you have to book. And a lot of them are pretty booked out, except this one. Wonder if it's any good. South Carolina, Ogu. And then here's that Sapphire Reserve logo. But yeah, that was an inside look into the Chase Sapphire Reserve. I hope you found that useful, and I'll see you later.